Jai Gurudev. I hope you've done your homework. I gave you 2 pages, page 94 and 95. Did you read that? Yeah. We'll just revisit just the most important highlights of these 2 pages now. Let's look at page 94 and the sutra which is in English in bold. Yeah, towards the bottom of the page, the last but one paragraph. When the mind is deprived of its restlessness, it is referred to as the dead mind, and that itself is penance or tapas, as also the verification of the scriptures and liberation. Yeah, where have you done tapas? Do you remember? Yeah, you've done it in Patanjali also and in Ashtavakra also. So, what itself is a penance or tapas? Yeah, being able to let go of this chitter chatter of the mind. Yeah, when I get lost in the chitter chatter of the mind, I lose myself. I am not sakshi. I am not a witness. Yeah. The mind goes into one of the 5 senses, one of the 5 sense objects that it sees. It gets caught up there. Yeah. And when it is caught up there, it develops either a raga or dvesha. And I keep nurturing this raga and dvesha. This is the process of getting lost. Yeah. What is the process of sakshi bhav? The exact reverse. The coming back within. Being able to see that I am separate and my mind is separate. And my mind has this particular tendency of getting caught in this raga or that dvesha. So when we work on ourselves to bring our mind back again and again and again, yeah, the mind gets so tired of you bringing it back again and you withdrawing from it and going back again and again, it stops this chitter chatter completely. Yes, and that is a state worth attaining, worth experiencing. Yes, that is the highest bliss. I've told you this before. Right now I'm speaking to you. This is completely shut off. Is it the same with you? You see, if you are listening to me, but still there is some chitter chatter going on at the back of the head, yeah, then the mind still exists. The entire spiritual exercise is nothing but a journey from mind to no mind. Yeah. So, doing this exercise itself, moving from mind to no mind, is tapas. So that's your homework number 1 for today. Yeah. Keep practicing this. Take on this tapas voluntarily. Yes. Again and again I will withdraw my mind from the objects of the senses where I am lost. Yes. One more very beautiful sentence on this page is just the paragraph above this, the last line of that paragraph. Weapons like sword generate fear. The weapon, wisdom, that destroys egotism generates fearlessness. Yeah, then you're not afraid of anything. Yeah, not afraid of too much work. Not afraid of too much seva, not afraid of too much responsibility, not afraid of any disaster or calamity that might come my way. Yeah? All my karma, everything is great, everything is fine. Yeah? Happiness comes, great. Sadness comes, great. Yeah? You can maintain sambhav, and sambhav can only happen to a fearless state of mind. Yes, sambhav can never happen to somebody who is fearful. Somebody who is fearful, his graph goes up and down, up and down. And what is Sambhava we have done before? Yeah? Equanimous bhava, emotion. Yeah? Or equanimous intellect, where the intellect is not super excited on some achievement and super depressed on some loss. Yeah? There is an equanimity maintained. Yeah? If you have to strive for something in life, this is worth striving for. Yes. So this is your homework number 1. Take on this tapas voluntarily. Yes, you say to yourself that from today continuously I will practice Sakshi Bhav again and again. Withdraw from these objects of senses that I get stuck in, that I get lost in. I turn back within. Yes, that's your homework number 1. Let's look at page 95. Yeah, the highlighted sutra. I'm sure when you read this, you were reminded of Ashtavakra. Right? Ashtavakra for I am not the doer. Let's read this. Do not become inactive either, for what is gained by doing nothing? What has to be done has to be done. Therefore, rest in the self. Yeah? That paragraph itself begins with you are not the doer of any action here. Everything is happening. Yeah? Ashtavakra taught this to you again and again and again. 33 sessions. Yeah, he kept beating it into your head. Has this sunk in? I am not the doer. Everything is happening. Yeah. Sometimes besides your most perfect plans, yeah, things go haywire. And sometimes you don't even plan. Yeah, and everything just zup, 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 falls into place. Yeah. Everything is happening. You are not the doer. Yeah? You are just an instrument for that action to happen. Yes. You are not doing it. Yeah? Like a tap in your kitchen is nothing but an instrument for the water to flow through. Just like that. Action needs an instrument. No? How will that action happen? Either for another person or for me. Yeah, there has to be an instrument. So remind yourself. Yes, highlight this paragraph. Make a big star over there. This is the most important paragraph. So let's read the entire paragraph. You are not the doer of any action here, O Rama. So why do you assume doership? When one alone exists, who does what and how? Who's this one? That one consciousness. That one consciousness is playing this game of chess. Yeah. We are just little pawns, little soldiers on this chessboard. There is one player. Yeah. He moves you from here to there and me from here to there. Yes. So drop this doership. Everything is happening by that one consciousness. Yeah. That one consciousness is doing everything and experiencing everything. You remember Guruji said this in Ashtavakra 4? Yeah. It is that one consciousness doing everything and experiencing everything. I am not there only. Yeah. Do not become inactive. Yeah. People will say, okay, if that consciousness is doing everything, then I don't need to do anything. Yeah, I'll just sit. Not doing is also a doing. Yes, is also doership. I am not doing. Doership is always linked with I-ness. I am something. I am doing or I am not doing. Same boat, huh? These are not two different things. Yeah? The I still exists. Till the time the I exists, yeah, it's no use. Yeah? Yesterday in one of the satsangs here, I was telling this to them in Hindi. Yeah? And a very beautiful thing came that time कि आपको एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट डिवोर्स करवाना है. और वो डिवोर्स क्या है? मैंपन और कर्तापन का. In English, I said, you have to bring about or be the instrument for one divorce. And what is that divorce? Divorce between I and doership. I-ness and doership. Mainpan or kartapan. Yes. I am doing. The moment you drop doership, I-ness will drop. Yeah. Or the moment you drop I, mine, doership will drop. Yeah. They are like a couple. They walk hand in hand. This is the only divorce that you have to bring about. Yes? Once one thing drops, the other will automatically drop. Yes? So, look at this very beautiful and subtle thing in life. Every time a thought comes in the mind, catch yourself there. Yeah? Or I did this. I am doing this. If I didn't do it, then how would it happen? Yeah? Catch yourself there. This is homework number 2. What is homework number 2? Yeah? Bring about a divorce between I-ness and doership. Yeah? Whichever you drop first doesn't matter. The other will drop. Yeah? Catch yourself the moment you say I or mine. This is what leads to raga or dvesha. Very beautifully explained by Yoga Vasistha here. Huh? Do not become inactive either, for what is gained by doing nothing? Yeah, by doing nothing, the action will not move ahead. You are the instrument for the water to flow. Now you are saying, no, I am going to keep shut and not let the water flow. Yes, then also there is doership. What has to be done, has to be done. Therefore, rest in the self. Even while doing all the actions natural to you, if you are unattached to those actions, you are truly the non-doer. Attachment means what? Raga and dvesha. Yeah? Dropping both raga and dvesha, I just do the action that is happening spontaneously, that this moment has brought before me. Whether it is a person I have to interact with, talk with, explain things to, or get some work done, I just do spontaneously. Devoid of what? Raga and dvesha. What is raga? Oh, I like this thing, I like this person, I like this situation. What is dvesha? Oh, I dislike this, I don't want this situation, I don't want to see this person. This is dvesha. Without raga and dvesha, when you do an action, that is an action without attachment. That is what is mentioned here. If you are doing nothing and are attached to that non-doership, then you are doing nothing. But understand, this is so beautiful. Like I said, now, even when I am doing nothing, you are actually doing nothing. Get it? So you are the doer. Because I say, I am doing nothing. Yes? I is very strong there. Recognize this. Huh? You are still the doer. When all this world is like the juggler's trick, what is to be given up and what is to be sought? Stop running. this running race you have not played just for this lifetime, 84 lifetimes before this you have been running behind this desire, that desire, fulfill this, fulfill that, fulfill that. Now drop, just be. Yeah, I'll give you one homework. Homework number 3. You think you are doing everything, no? One day drop everything. Yeah, just sit quietly all day or just go to sleep. Yeah, get your favorite cozy blanket. Anyway, it's really cold out there and snowing. So get your favorite cozy blanket and go to sleep all day. See, what difference does it make? Does the world stop? Does life stop? Everything will go on. Everything will move. Yeah, drop this doership from your head. It's only here. Yeah, life goes on. Yeah, people go on. Things move, things happen. What has to happen will happen. Yeah? So today's most important lesson is dropping the doership. Yes? Clear? Okay. So if you have any questions on page 94 and 95, feel free to send me an email. Yeah? Before we go ahead, we will read the last paragraph on page 95 once. When this ignorance or mental conditioning is mastered by becoming aware of its unreality, mind ceases to be. Even as when the water ceases to flow, the river dries up. Yeah, what is mental conditioning? All this conditioning that we have done with our associations, people you live with, people you work with, yeah, people who you are friendly with, people who you are not friendly with, they are all still your associations. They have affected you. You don't know that. Even if you just sit and watch TV for half an hour, yeah, at a subconscious level you are picking up things. Yeah. These go and sit like seeds in your subconscious. Yeah? And then I start thinking like that. I start acting like that. Yeah? And that becomes a habit pattern. This is called conditioning. As simple as that. That is why they say always be in the company of the truth or company of the people who talk about this knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Yeah, because your company affects you. So it's not just association with people, but things that I associate with. If I'm all the time lost on the internet, it's a thing. Yeah? Then that's how my thought process becomes. I become more tamasic, less active. And it affects my thinking and then mental conditioning. If I'm all the time lost in being in the company of people who are drinking alcohol, yeah, and their kind of talk, I tend to become tamasic. Yeah. So see these things. These are mental conditionings. Once you start working and on yourself and cleaning these conditionings up, what does he say happens? Mind ceases to be. This is very beautiful, This is the biggest art that you have to master. Yeah, where the mind ceases to be. Then it just becomes my tool. Yeah? When I want it, I use it. It is required for me to do this particular job, I do it. I use it. Unnecessary chitter chatter. Yeah? Even when I don't want to do, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to think about it, the mind keeps thinking. Means it is not in my control. It means that I have become the mind's slave. Yeah? turning this around where I become the master, yeah, and the mind ceases to be. That is the highest thing, highest goal that you could strive to achieve. Yeah. Beautiful, no? Page 94 and 95. Yeah. Now, we will request Aditya to read page 96. Yeah, we will start with the shloka today. Yeah, it's a very beautiful shloka.
Naham brahmeti sankalpat shudrat vadyate manah sarvam brahmeti sankalpat shudran muchyate manah. Vasistha continued, O Rama, even as darkness disappears as you turn towards light, ignorance disappears if you turn towards the light of the self. As long as there does not arise a natural yearning for self-knowledge, so long this ignorance or mental conditioning throws up an endless stream of world appearance. Even as a shadow vanishes when it turns to see the light, this ignorance perishes when it turns towards self-knowledge. O Rama, from Brahma the Creator down to the blade of grass, all this is nothing but the self. Ignorance is non-existent unreality. There is no second thing here, known as the mind. In that self itself, the veil, that is also of itself floats, creating the polarization of subject-object. And the infinite consciousness itself is then known as the mind. This veil is an idea, an intention or a thought in that infinite consciousness. Mind is born of this idea or thought, and mind has to vanish with the help of an idea or thought. That is, by coming to an end of the idea or thought.
This is very beautiful, huh? Let's look at it again. Yeah, what is he saying here? Just like in a dark room in the evening, yeah, when it is dark, you put on the light, yeah, all the darkness vanishes. Now, was darkness an entity? No. Darkness is nothing but the lack of light. That's it. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So the Maya that is clouding us all right now is nothing but the lack of self-knowledge. The moment the light of self-knowledge comes, this darkness vanishes. That's what he is saying in the first paragraph. Yeah, it's all about moving towards this light of self-knowledge. Yeah. The second paragraph is really beautiful and very important. O Rama, from Brahma the Creator down to the blade of grass, all this is nothing but the self. Ignorance is non-existent unreality. Ignorance is Maya. Maya is non-existent. It does not exist. It is unreal. Just like your dream. Last night you all slept and you dreamt. Yes. In that dream you felt everything is so real. Yeah. Sometimes you even feel the punch and the pain and the prick. Yeah. In the dream. But in reality that does not exist. Na? He's saying exactly the same thing here. All this Maya is unreal. Yeah? Right now, we all are in a dream. Yes? And we are in the same state that we were in last night when we were dreaming, where we thought everything is real. And that is why it's so difficult. How can this not be real? Yes? He's telling you again and again and again. 96 pages. He has repeated the same thing. This is a dream. Yes? This is the same thing he is repeating again and again and again. He's reinforcing it. Why is he reinforcing it? How do you wake up? If Mitesh is sleeping, somebody wants to wake up Mitesh. How do you wake Mitesh up? He won't wake up, that's different, but how would somebody attempt to wake up Mitesh? Huh? Mitesh, wake up. Mitesh, wake up. Mitesh, wake up. Yeah? A constant effort is required to wake him up. Right? That's exactly what Vasistha is doing here. He's hammering the same thing into you again and again. This is a dream. This is unreal. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Yeah, in the next session, we will be actually looking at how somebody wakes up and how somebody actually drowns into this ignorance or maya or sleep. Yeah. So let's look at this. There is no second thing here known as the mind. Yeah. So there is nothing like whatever you are seeing in a dream, it really does not exist. That's exactly what he's saying here. There is no second thing here known as the mind. In that self itself, the veil that is also of itself floats. What is a veil? Curtain. Yeah? Parda. Yeah? In that self itself, the veil floats. So imagine it as if a curtain is also floating, and this curtain is Maya, ignorance, and it is blocking your vision from the truth, the light. Yeah, so beautifully explained, na? Because of this curtain, what happens? It creates the polarization of subject and object. Subject and object means what? I am the subject and anything outside me is an object. Dvaita is born because of this veil, because of this curtain. This curtain is responsible for creating I and you. Yeah, Dvaita. And what is this curtain? Curtain of Maya or ignorance. And the infinite consciousness itself is then known as the mind. You got it? When this curtain of Maya comes, it creates the polarization of subject and object. And when this polarization of subject and object is created, the same self is now called the mind. But in reality, it does not exist. There is only the self. Clear? Crystal clear? This veil is an idea. Yeah? He's going now into one level deeper. Now what is this veil? How did it come into existence? What is Maya? He's explaining that. This veil is an idea, an intention or a thought in that infinite consciousness. What is this thought? The thought of perfect, on the dot, bullseye. The thought of I. Yes, you remember when we were all in that pool of consciousness, what divided that pool of consciousness? I. And the subtle mind or the subtle body was born. Yeah? So many of them were born. It is only because of that first thought, I. Yes. So the veil is nothing but a thought. Clear? Mind is born of this idea or thought. And mind has to vanish with the help of an idea or thought. Very simple, no? You know how medicine works? Yeah, doctors who are watching us right now know this. Yeah. There is a disease produced by a particular organism, whatever it is, virus, bacteria. Yeah. I have a medicine. Yeah. What is this medicine? It is exactly the same thing. Like kills like destroys like. Yeah. So it is just the same thing in a stronger dose which can kill it. Yeah. The same thing applies here. A thought or an idea gave birth to this bale. Yeah. The same thought or an idea can take it away. Yeah. So we'll read this sentence again. Mind is born of this idea or thought, and mind has to vanish with the help of an idea or thought. That is, by coming to an end of the idea or thought. Till the time you think this is all real, yeah, and I exist, you are in Maya. How will this Maya end? When that thought that I exist, or I am the doer, or I am something, that separateness that I have caused between me and the Brahman, that veil has to drop, and then I see, oh, there is nothing, it is all one. Yeah. Is the space here, the air here in India different from the space in the US? No. It is all the same. Yeah. Just this division that we have in the middle needs to be dropped. It's exactly the same thing. Yeah. So, this idea or thought needs to come to an end. I exist. Yeah. Drop this I. Drop. I do not exist. Homework number 4 for you. Live as if you do not exist. Yeah. Practice this for one day. Just one day. Yeah. You walk to work. You're walking inside the office. I do not exist. Yeah. It is all happening. I do not exist. Your hands are working on the computer and doing the job. Yes. Mind and intellect work together to make that thing happen. I do not exist. Everything is happening. Yeah. You're going into a meeting, you sit there, and whatever comes up, you're talking in the meeting. It is the body-mind complex working together to talk about it. It is all happening. I do not exist. You are driving back home. Yeah, the body-mind complex is working together to drive that car back home. I do not exist. Yeah, there is no I. That one consciousness is making this body-mind complex function as required, as per the previous karma. Yeah? Let it do what it needs to do. I will stop jumping in the middle and screaming I. I'm going to stop this dance of I. Can you do that? Yeah? Homework number 4. Drop the dance of I. Just for one day practice. I do not exist. Clear? Okay. Clear so far? Yeah? Can we ask Aditya to go ahead?
The firm conviction that I am not the absolute Brahman binds the mind, and the mind is liberated by the firm conviction that everything is the absolute Brahman. Ideas and thoughts are bondage, and their coming to an end is liberation. Therefore, we fear them and do whatever has to be done spontaneously. Even as thought or idea sees blueness in the sky, the mind sees the world as real.
This is beautiful, huh? The firm conviction that I am not the absolute Brahman binds the mind. Till the time I think I am an individual, I am Ekta, I am not the Brahman consciousness or I am not God, till the time I live in this idea or thought that I am not God, or I am separate and you are separate, or I am separate, God is separate, I am separate, Guru is separate, till the time I have this separateness feeling in me, yeah, till that time mind exists and I am bound. The moment I drop this separateness and I see, oh, everything is the consciousness, is the Brahman, is that one God, yeah, then what happens? I am liberated. I drop this idea and or thought, and that moment, just the dropping, the act of dropping liberates you. Yes? Everything is the absolute Brahman. Have firm conviction in this. Yes? Even if God comes to you or Guruji comes to you and says, no, there is nothing like Brahman. Yeah? You should have the firm conviction, no. Everything is Brahman consciousness. Everything. Yes? Can you do that? Ideas and thoughts are bondage, and their coming to an end is liberation. Therefore, be free of them and do whatever has to be done. How? Spontaneously. Where have you heard this before? Ashtavakra. Yes? Act spontaneously. Whatever situation comes before me, I just act. Devoid of raga and dvesha. Yes? Devoid of, oh, I should do this or I should not do this. Is this right? Is this wrong? What is in my benefit? What is... all this is all, getting lost in Maya now. Yeah? Act spontaneously. Yes? Even as thought or idea sees blueness in the sky, the mind sees the world as real. What does this mean? We've discussed this before. The sky is not really blue. Yes? It is just the refraction of light that makes that color appear. Yes? The sky is not really blue. Yeah? Just like that, this world just appears real to you. It is not real. Clear so far? Yes? Can we ask Aditya to go ahead now?
He who does not let his mind dwell on such thoughts and ideas by striving to be conscious of the self enjoys peace. That which was not in the beginning does not exist even now. That which was and therefore is now is the absolute Brahman. Contemplation of this bestows peace, for that Brahman is peace. One should not contemplate anything else at any time and in any manner, anywhere. One should approve the very hope of enjoyment with one's utmost strength and using one's utmost intelligence. Hopes and attachments seem to ramify on account of the mental conditioning, which is ignorance. In this empty physical body, where is it that is called I? In truth, O Rama, I, mine, etc. have no existence at all. The one self alone is the truth at all times.
So beautiful, na? Yes, there is nothing like I, there is nothing like mine. All this is just a creation of that one veil. Yeah, that veil of Maya, the thought I. Yeah. Once you recognize this, that thought I was the root cause of the problem. Yeah, the moment you drop this I, the veil will drop. Yeah, the same thing has been repeated in a different way here to Rama. Yeah, most beautiful sentence here is, one should not contemplate anything else at any time and in any manner, anywhere. Highlight this sentence, huh? Notice your mind, how it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, when you were not in knowledge, what would you contemplate all day? Huh? I want to achieve this thing, I want to acquire that thing, I want to possess this thing. All about desiring material things, material objects or people. They are also material. Yeah? Finally, other people, possessing another person, or another person should listen to me, another person should love me. This is also all material aspirations. Huh? Recognize this. So, all this you used to do earlier, no? Now what are your predominant thoughts? It's changed, right? Yeah, all the time thinking about the self, yeah, about the Brahman consciousness, about this knowledge, this highest wisdom. This is all you should contemplate. Yeah, a wise one does not see Prakriti. A wise one only sees Purusha everywhere. Whether it is the chart paper, the wall, a human being, an ant, an elephant, a bed, a fan, a door, everything is that one Purusha or that one Brahman consciousness. Everywhere it is in different forms, but it is that same thing. You remember Ashtavakra said this? Yeah? Earrings, necklace, bangle, you see them as separate. But how does a goldsmith see them? Oh, this is all gold. Yeah? So now you graduate to a goldsmith if you've still not reached there. Huh? Yeah, drop these material things. Take care. Do everything at the periphery. It is required to do it. Yeah? But drop this attachment to these things and people and situations. Okay? The last line of this paragraph is important. In this empty physical body, where is it? Where is it that is called I? Where are you? You're in the nose? Here? Or here in the heart? Huh? Or are you under the soul? Where are you? Very beautifully he says, O Rama, I, mine, etc. have no existence at all. The one self alone is the truth at all times. Have a firm conviction in this. There is only one truth.
Is it not a great wonder, O Rama, that people forget the truth that the absolute Brahman alone is, and are convinced of the existence of the unreal and non-existence ignorance? Rama, do not let the foolish idea of the existence of ignorance take root in you. For if the consciousness is thus polluted, it invites endless suffering. Though it is unreal, it can cause real suffering. It is on account of ignorance that illusions like a mirage exist, and that one sees various visions and hallucinations, like flying in the air and flying in space, and one experiences heaven and hell. Therefore, O Rama, give up mental conditioning, which alone is responsible for the perception of duality, and remain totally unconditioned. Then you will attain incomparable preeminence over all.
Beautiful, huh? This paragraph is very important. Come to the third line of the paragraph. Yeah, Rama, do not let the foolish idea of the existence of ignorance. Existence of ignorance is this Maya, this Vishwam. Don't let this foolish idea take root in you. Yeah? For if the consciousness is thus polluted, it invites endless suffering. How does this happen? Like just in a dream, when I see that I am hurt, I actually experience the pain. Yeah? I actually feel the pain really when I am dreaming. It's exactly the same thing. Yeah? If you are lost in this ignorance, in this Maya, thinking it is real, you will be suffering endlessly. And what is the meaning of endless? From one lifetime into another lifetime into another lifetime. This is karma. Yeah, because of my raga and dvesha, I keep coming back into body and going through that karma again and again and again and again. Yes, so it is very, very important for you to realize this. Yeah, just this waking up is required. Open your eyes. That's all it is. Yeah. So he says very beautifully, do not let this foolish idea of the existence of this ignorance take root in you. Yeah. I understand that for so many lifetimes, 84 lifetimes I think you must have taken by now to reach here and understand this highest knowledge, this highest scripture. So many lifetimes we have taken to come here. That means we have a lot of mental conditioning. So now he is saying it is your responsibility to drop it, to let it go. Yeah? Because if the consciousness is polluted, you will have endless suffering. Though it is unreal, it can cause real suffering. This is a point to highlight, to remember. This Vishwam is unreal. Still it causes real suffering. It's amazing. Beautifully designed Maya. Completely made to trap you. Yeah? 100%. It is on account of ignorance that illusions like a mirage exist, and that one sees various visions and hallucinations, like flying in the air and flying in space, and one experiences heaven and hell. Heaven and hell is all here in the mind. Yeah? Therefore, Rama, give up mental conditioning. Homework number 6 for you. Give up mental conditioning, which alone is responsible for the perception of duality, and remain totally unconditioned. Then you will attain incomparable preeminence over all. Yes? So today we will end here. Yeah? Lots of homework I gave you. 6 homeworks I gave you just with 1 page of reading today. Yeah? And 2 pages of last week's homework. Yeah? Do this. Homework number 6 is drop your mental conditioning. You recognize this is my mental conditioning. Yeah? Example, I want my kid to listen to me only, and he should do exactly what I say. Mental conditioning. Yeah? My life should go as planned only. Mental conditioning. Yeah? This is the way my wife or husband should behave. Mental conditioning. Yeah? Situations should happen this way only. Mental conditioning. Yeah? Drop all these conditionings from the mind. Yeah? And it's very simple. The moment you recognize your raga and dvesha and let go, your problem is resolved. Yeah? So begin with your raga and dvesha. Clear? Yes? All homework clear? Yeah? Homework for next week, just read 1 page. Page 97. Yes? Just read 1 page. Yeah? And then we will begin with page 98 next week. Yes? And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. Okay? Jai Gurudev.